Hello everybody, it is Hector64 back again today with another video. And I would like to start off with the fact that these types of videos and lists have been done like 1,000 times over on YouTube already, but you're here tuning in, deciding to watch mine, and I thank you a lot for that. But with this series, pretty much ever since the game's initial reveal at E3, I've been working on these videos behind the scenes. But starting up with this one, it's not even going to be about my predictions. As you can see, it's part 0. These are just my personal picks on who I want in, so if you don't like my picks, then okay, just respect that it's my opinions. Also, if you guys want to take the time to even type down your own top 10 list of most wanted newcomers down below, that'd be fantastic. I read all my comments, so that'd be cool if you guys could do that, but, you know, it's not necessary. This series will be a 2 to 3 part series at that, so it won't be as ambitious as my Mario Odyssey series. But, yeah. With enough rambling, let's just get started on this top 10. Hope you all enjoy. So, yeah, let's get started. To start off, we have Shadow, who might be a controversial pick to some due to strong hatred against Sonic as a whole, but I think that Shadow would be an extremely fitting choice out of the Sonic franchise, and being the first character to have appeared twice in a third-party franchise. Shadow is beloved by the Sonic community as an extremely popular character, and who has been frequently requested to make a playable appearance in Super Smash Bros., and I think that his chances could differ this time around. Sakurai could take Shadow and base his moveset two ways. One, being that he could have his own original moveset to make him stand out more from Sonic, or two, that he could be an Echo Fighter of Sonic to save down on development time, seeing how Shadow shows some resemblance to Sonic with both appearance and abilities. But his chances of showing up are low because of how he is a third-party character and from a third-party franchise, but also high because it could be an easy character to develop. I personally want Shadow in because I think he could bring a different style to Sonic players, and I think that Smash needs more villains as well. Alright, I have no fucking idea why she's not in the game already, but like Christ, Nintendo. Donkey Kong is a well-deserving series of another representation, and I know people will be screaming for King K. Rool, but personally I want Dixie Kong more. Plus, Dixie has already been considered for a Smash title anyways, that being Super Smash Bros. Brawl, as some might be familiar with, as she was discovered to be one of the Forbidden 7 scrapped characters, so Sakurai clearly had his eye on her at one point. Her moveset could easily work around her hair, working as a whip or a grapple type character, or like characters that have longer reaching grabs like Link and ZSS. Even with her grabs, she could lock her opponents up with her hair and pummel like so. She could have a double jump that works similar to Ness and Lucas, but instead she spins her ponytail as propeller. She kinda also needs to represent her rock style into her moveset as well. Maybe like a down B that works as a healing move like Wii Fit Trainer, or maybe just have them for taunts. Dixie and K. Rool have a 50% chance, respectively. They're extremely popular characters that have gained high spots on the Smash 4 ballot, even as far as K. Rool getting his own Mii outfit. But hey, I personally believe that King K. Rool has a higher possibility than Dixie for getting on the Smash Ultimate roster, but, you know, I can still hope that she gets in. Alright, listen. This commie fucker needs to get in this game if this fucking shit stain doesn't, alright? Marx is recognized as one of, if not the most popular Kirby villain of all time, and I think that he's got a pretty high chance of getting in as the 4th Kirby rip. But some of you might be saying that, oh, Xord, you fucking buffoon, what about Bandana Dee as the 4th Kirby rep, eh? Well, we'll get to that later. But with Marx, he was created by Sakurai himself, which, you know, kind of gives him a high chance already. But Marx was made back in 1996 with the launch of Kirby Superstar on the SNES, and again in 2008 with the Kirby Superstar remake on the DS, which gives Marx some really high credibility to get a slot in Smash. Not only is Marx one of Sakurai's children, but also that he has recently got a playable appearance in Kirby Star Allies as the form of a Dream Friend, where yes, he has his own fucking moveset that works so goddamn well for the character. He's not only the most popular Kirby villain, he's one of Sakurai's made characters, and he's been playable for the first time in the most recent Kirby game. But the Smash Ultimate roster was being conceptualized in 2015, so unless Sakurai had Marx on his mind at the time, then his chances might be a bit lower than we think. Decidueye was one of many Pokemon from Sun and Moon that I wanted to choose to have on this list because there were so many from that game that I thought could have a valid spot in Smash. As some might know that, Pokemon Sun and Moon is one of my favorite Pokemon games out there if it wasn't blatantly obvious. Decidueye, Incineroar, and Tapu Koko were all candidates for the Pokemon slot on this list, but seeing how I recently played through Ultra Moon, I chose Decidueye and experienced his uniqueness that I think stands out more than the other starters and Tapu Koko. Another good point to make is that there isn't a standalone Grass-type playable Pokemon in Smash Bros. There is the Pokemon Trainer returning with Squirtle, Ivysaur, and Charizard, then Greninja being the standalone Water-type, so I think that a Gen 7 Grass-type would be the perfect choice for the new Pokemon rep. Decidueye can take inspiration of his moveset from Sun and Moon, the Pokemon anime, and Pokken Tournament, as some Pokemon characters do. He could have a very unique Archer playstyle to where his moveset involves a lot of bow and arrow usage, not only in the specials but in his jabs, tilts, and aerials, and especially his final smash, most likely being Sinister Arrow Raid, his Z move. People on YouTube and on the Smash forums have been discussing other Gen 7 reps that could take the slot other than Decidueye, such as Lycanroc or any of the starters. But to that, I think that with Decidueye's popularity and power that the fanbase is putting on him, I think that he will most likely get in as the Gen 7 Pokemon rep for Smash Ultimate. But time will tell on if that is true. If only it weren't for some of the higher picks on my list, then I would have had her higher. But hey, here we are. Ashley is from the WarioWare series, first appearing in WarioWare Touched on the DS in 2005, also being my first WarioWare game I played, and most recently shown herself in WarioWare Gold on the 3DS this year, and has since been recognized as one of the, if not the most popular and loved character in the WarioWare series. And yes, she is my favorite character from that series as well, as I have played the majority of WarioWare games since Touched, and have enjoyed her presence in every installment. But when it comes to Smash Bros., I think that she could deliver a very unique playstyle as well. She could play like a mage with magical abilities, as well as some potion brewing to her moveset. She could also include her sidekick, minion? I don't know. She could include Red into her moveset as well, similar to how Peach uses Toad in her moveset. With magic, she could have a neutral special that circulates through a number of different spells to use, similar to Robin and Shulk. She could also have a down B where she summons a cauldron and brews up potions that could have different effects like poison, inflicting continuous damage, a healing potion, and rarely a sleeping potion. With Red, she could clearly use her magic wand and broom to attack and recover with. And, for her final smash, she would obviously use her angry form, where her eyes turn red and her hair turns white, but she summons a large cauldron that sucks everyone on stage into it, turning them into food, similar to Kirby's final smash from Brawl. I think that if the Wario series is getting another rep for Smash Ultimate, that Ashley would be the right character to choose. Okay, If you haven't played Xenoblade Chronicles 2 yet and you're busy playing some other shit game, get up off your ass and go get that damn game because holy shit. I've played my fair share of RPGs and JRPGs in my time, but Xenoblade Chronicles 2 has an extremely important place in my heart as being one of the best JRPGs I've ever played, and the people who've played it will obviously completely understand where I'm coming from. The two main characters of the game, Rex and Pyra, would be an outstanding choice to add to the Smash Ultimate roster. They would work as a duo, but not a duo like the Ice Climbers, but similar to how the Pokemon trainer works, despite them being a quartet. Rex would remain on the stage, fighting with the Aegis in hand, while Pyra would remain in the background, powering him like she does in the game. She would move around the stage to keep him powered, but if Rex is launched offstage or decides to fight offstage, she remains, leaving Rex with less power to work with offstage. For his moveset, Rex could use his driver arts, such as Anchor Shot being the neutral special that does little damage, occasionally tripping opponents and slightly healing him. Sword Bash working as the side special. Double Spinning Edge working as the up special or recovery, where the Aegis spins around twice, kind of similar to Shulk's recovery, but not how it works in the game. And his down special comes into play with his unique playstyle, being that while Rex deals damage, he charges a meter similar to Cloud in his limit break, although Rex can't charge this meter. This meter being the affinity bar, where Pyra gives Rex her blade arts or specials, which are charged up versions of some of Rex moves. This works different in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, but I thought it would be a cool feature to differ Rex from Shulk. So these being Flame Nova, Prominent Revolt, Blazing End, and Burning Sword. They just replace each special move by pressing down special or down B when the affinity bar is charged. Finally, their final smash could be similar to Shulk's, where Rex calls the aid of his comrades, Nia, Tora, Poppy, Morag, and Zeke. For some alt costumes as well for the Mithra lovers, you can just throw her in there for alt costumes, with Rex being with different color swaps, and Pyra being replaced with Mithra, or even the third variant of the Aegis, which is a spoiler that I am not revealing. Rex and Pyra's chances of appearing in the base roster is slim in my opinion, because Smash Ultimate's roster was being conceptualized in 2015, and Xenoblade Chronicles 2 came out in 2017. So unless Sakurai pulls a Greninja situation again, which I really doubt, then I can see these two being DLC characters down the line from launch. Sorry fellas, should have seen another Kirby rep coming. I 100% want this shrew more than Marx, but, either or works for me. I think that Bandana Dee has an extremely high chance of getting in, as people have been requesting his appearance as a playable fighter in Smash Bros. To complete the Kirby's Return to Dreamland Quartet, and that he was created by Sakurai like Marx. Bandana Dee made his first appearance in Kirby Superstar in 1996, and his first playable appearance in Kirby's Return to Dreamland in 2011, and has since appeared in almost every Kirby game up to current date, be it non-playable or playable. One big complaint that a lot of people have against the addition of Bandana Dee, though, is that he's pretty much the equivalent to a Goomba from Mario. And if a Goomba got in Smash Bros. As a playable character, and that Bandana Dee wouldn't bring anything unique to the fighting roster. Well, listen. For one, a shit ton of people wanted Captain Toad as a playable character, and he's literally just a fucking toad, and he can't even jump, okay? He can't even jump. Please, people. That, and if Bandana Dee gets in, that he'd be the first character to wield a spear in Smash Bros. Thing is, Bandana Dee has a distinct look and personality that makes him stand out from other Waddle Dees in the Kirby franchise. When it comes to his moveset, Bandana Dee could not only just use the spear ability from Kirby, but also some other copy abilities like Beam and Parasol. Some of his special moves that I think could be are his neutral B could be a spear throw, where he launches one spear at a time, but if you hold B and charge it, it could launch 3 just like in the games. For his side B, could be a Beam Whip, a long-range beam that stuns opponents like Zero Suit Samus. His up B could be the Spear Copter, it's basic, and his down B could be a Parasol Dive, similar to Falcon's down B. If it's performed in the air, it causes him to launch down with stars coming out like DDD's Recovery, but if it's used on the ground, he just slides across. And for his final smash, I thought that it could go back to where he first appeared, or his origins were, being the Megaton Punch, where he would send an opponent down on a brick or on some concrete slabs, and he would do rapid punches just like the minigame and do a final blow where he cracks the earth in half. Like every other character, it's up to Sakurai. But I still hold truth to myself that maybe Sakurai has had his eye on this Waddle Dee in particular to maybe and hopefully join the Smash roster. I've recently played and completed Super Mario RPG back in June, and I absolutely fell in love with the game. And I've easily recognized the attention that Gino is receiving, and for why he's being requested so damn much to be playable in Smash Bros. Even though Gino would be the 9th Mario rep, I think that not many people will be disappointed, notably because Gino was one of the most requested characters to date worldwide. He was the most wanted character to appear in Smash Bros. Brawl, and Sakurai even considered adding him at one point, mentioning that, quote, Gino was actually a character I wanted to include as a fighter. He has a gun for an arm, and just seems like he'd fit absolutely perfectly into Smash. I was hoping I'd be able to put him in as far back as Smash Bros. Brawl, but unfortunately, that never ended up materializing, end quote. Taking into consideration that Square most likely didn't want to add Gino into Smash Brawl, they finally decided to go ahead and add Cloud, one of their most popular characters, into Smash Bros. Along with a Gino Mii Fighter outfit. Many people are currently speculating that since Gino was represented by a Mii Fighter outfit, that Cloud got in, and that Square is pretty tight with Nintendo at the moment, that Gino's chances are pretty high this time around, and I really hope that's the case. Another theory that people are speculating is that since the Inklings got a Mii Fighter outfit, and then got into Smash Bros, that there is a high possibility that some characters with Mii outfits will get into Smash Ultimate, so characters like Ashley, King K. Rool, Chrom, Isabelle, and of course, Gino, to get a playable appearance. When it comes to Gino's moveset, however, I think he could take a lot of his moves from Mario RPG into consideration. His neutral B could be Gino Beam. It's a charging move in 3 stages similar to the game. His side B could be Gino Whirl, a 2-button press move, one to throw the golden disc and another press to explode. His up B could be Gino Boost, not how it works in the game since that's a stat boost, but in this one it works similar to Corrin's recovery, but with more control in freefall. His down B could be Gino Blast, which is similar to Palutena's Heavenly Light, but deals more knockback and little damage. And for his final smash, he could transform into his cannon form and activate Gino Flash. In my mind, Gino is most likely getting in this time around, and I think that he's going to be revealed pretty soon, as long as Square is comfortable with having him instead of a Mii costume. Honestly, what hasn't been said about this guy? Shovel Knight is one of the most iconic video game characters in the modern day, being created and published by indie developers Yacht Club Games in 2014, and has since gained insane popularity that has spawned a somewhat sequel and prequel, then to all be bundled all in together into one package to be sold on every recent generation console, including PC. This guy has clearly made his spot in the gaming scene, not only appearing in his own games, but others outside of his own such as Runbow, Indivisible, Indiepogo, and Blaster Master Zero. But I would say that his most requested playable appearance has got to be Super Smash Bros. As people who've played the game can easily understand, that Shovel Knight can easily fit in among the memorable cast of Smash, as he has even been speculated to have been placed high on the Smash 4 character ballot. But there's just one big problem that stands in his way. he's owned by an indie company, Yacht Club Games. Therefore, Nintendo might overshadow the poor guy, despite him clearly deserving some spotlight, and that his appearance on the Switch alone has made a landmark in the company, selling over 2 million copies on all platforms, with the Switch being the most overall. When it comes to Shovel Knight's moveset, he obviously uses a wide arsenal of weapons he gathers from his adventure, along with clear shovel usage, like his down air being the pogo jump, and his jabs or tilts being shovel swings and digging up dirt. For his specials though, his neutral B could just be an inventory select, similar to Shulk's Monado selection, where it selects between Chaos Sphere, Flare Rod, and the Phase Locket. His side B could be the Dust Knuckles, where it shoots him forwardly, a bit like it shoots him forward slightly, but if it's in contact with another object, you press B again to shoot further. His up special, or his recovery, can be the Propeller Dagger, which launches him vertically instead of horizontally like it does in Shovel Knight. And for his down B, or his down special, it could be the Warhorn, which is an AoE move that has high damage the first time you use it, but it gets weaker through every use. And for his final smash, he could call upon the Order of No Quarter, including Shield Knight, to do a final group blow on whoever is thrown into the mix. This is obviously a cinematic smash, similar to Mega Man. Being an indie character, and being a character that has been out since 2014, Shovel Knight's chances might be a bit slim, but with his extreme popularity and sales scores from Nintendo, then maybe this knight might have a chance. Now, before we get on to number 1, let's take a look at my honorable mentions. These are the characters that didn't make the list, but would have in any other case. And with that, let's get on to number 1. Here it is, fellows. Close friends would have easily seen this shit coming. This little 10cm fuck has been a part of my life since childhood with Chibi Robo Park Patrol, and he's fucking easily my most wanted character to appear in Smash Brothers, be it playable, or even as an assist trophy, as long as Nintendo will recognize that they have a loved franchise that has been completely misrepresented in the current years. I think that as much as nobody really knows about Chibi Robo's existence, the ones who do, and who have played his games, would know and realize how poorly Nintendo has treated him throughout the years on the market. But if he manages to get into Smash, that could give him the boost in popularity that's really needed for him to succeed with the future of his franchise, since his developers over at Skip LTE have really pretty much failed to do anything associated with Chibi Robo since 2015, with the launch of the unfortunate Chibi Robo Ziplash. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about that one. Although Smash Ultimate's roster was being conceptualized in 2015, so if Sakurai saw Chibi struggling at the time and he noticed that, hey, he's still a part of Nintendo's history and would maybe work pretty good with the rest of the cast, then he might stand a chance after all? Now, when it comes to Chibi's moveset, he can base it off of his more iconic games such as Plug Into Adventure and Park Patrol, along with some Ziplash elements thrown in. I could see Chibi being a grappler character that uses his tail plug for the majority of his moves, and especially grabs, along with some basic fighting moves, but they have an electric element on them. For his specials, his neutral B could be the Chibi Blaster. Works similar to Mega Man's Blaster, which would be just his A moves, but this is a special move, so it can be charged up for a more powerful blast if you hold B longer, but if you normally use B, then it just shoots out one bullet. His side special, or his side B, could be the Toothbrush. Press it once to activate, and then once Chibi has the toothbrush out and he's scrubbing, you mash B to move it forward, so it can kind of work as a recovery. For his up special, or his recovery, he uses the Chibi Copter, pretty basic. And for his down B, or his down special, Capture, where Chibi opens his headpiece to capture projectiles and stores them inside of him. By pressing down B again, he can use the projectile against his foes. Works similar to Villager's Pocket. And for his final smash, he could summon Giga Robo to come on stage and stomp on enemies nearby. Chibi Robo is not a highly requested character among the Smash fanbase, but I've done some searching into some Smash Ultimate roster predictions, and surprisingly enough, a lot of people have Chibi Robo on their roster, so maybe there is some demand for him? Who knows, really? I just hope he gets represented some way or another. Well, that is it for my top 10 most wanted Smash Ultimate newcomers. If you watch this until the end, I really thank you so much for that. I truly appreciate everybody who takes their time to watch my videos, especially ones that I put a lot of work into, including this one. Since this was the prologue to the main prediction series as well, the true part 1 will go up in around a week or two. I'm roughly halfway done the video there now, so it might be a bit longer than expected. Also, this bit was recorded after the Smash Ultimate Direct on the 8th, so I'm aware that some characters I wanted have unfortunately been cut, being Ashley, Shovel Knight, King K. Rool got added, but a couple others have been discontinued as assist trophies and not playable characters, but, you know, I'm okay with that. I've still got high hopes for the characters on my list that have not yet to be announced as assist trophies or even playable characters, and hopefully they'll see the spotlight and enter Smash sometime soon. Part 1 of the series will focus on the base roster for Smash Ultimate and who I think is going to make it in when the game launches. Then in Part 2 I will talk about the potential DLC characters that might come at a later date. And with that, I thank you all once again for watching. Please stay tuned for Part 1 of the series. And yeah, this is Xord64, signing off.